Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so happy to have you all here. I have some really cute high-end Dollar Tree DIYs to share with you all, so let's just get started. I am going to start out with this Dollar Tree tote that I found. It says Farmer's Market on the front, has like a red logo, and then the rest of the bag is beige. So cute. I really love that color combo. I'm just going to start off by taking off the straps just because I don't need those anymore. And then I'm going to be using this leftover snow blanket from Christmas, and I'm just going to start stuffing it full until I feel comfortable with how fluffy and full it is. So once I felt like the pillow was nice and full, my next step was to just go ahead and close it up. I just really wanted to start out with a clean straight edge to close it up a lot easier. So I just added a line of hot glue from corner to corner on each of the inside pieces, and then I folded those flaps inside to the pillow, you know, the flaps where the straps used to be. That way it gives me that clean straight edge that I was looking for. So here you can see them, they're all glued in nice and straight. So now I just need to add some hot glue to that back flap. I'm going to tuck it down, and then I'm just going to pull the top flap over it just to make a nice clean glued edge. So then I just kind of let that hot glue dry, and I just added more where need be because some of the parts weren't completely glued down. So just added glue enough to just keep it closed on the top. After I had the pillow all closed at the top, I just was not feeling how much those corners were sticking out, sticking out way too much for my liking. So I just kind of tucked them in and then just glued them down right there. So you can see it looks a lot better without those corners sticking out. Next, I just went in and used the leftover strap pieces, and I made some really cute bows to add onto the pillow. I originally thought I was going to add both bows to this pillow, but I end up not doing that. You will see that later on how I incorporate them into other DIYs and into another pillow that I'm about to make here in a second. Once I had both of the bows made, I just kind of played around with the positioning, and I ultimately decided to glue it right above this Farmer's Market logo. I really liked it up there. And here's how this one turned out. Oh my goodness, you guys, so cute! I absolutely love it. I really just love the color combo together, and then with that little bow at the top, it just really, yeah, makes it pop. So cute. Alright, so I definitely like my stuff to be in pairs usually, so I did go ahead and make another pillow. I did it basically the exact same way that I made the first one. I just cut off the straps, stuffed it full until I was happy, and then I glued and tucked those little hanging flaps in, and then I glued the top together again as well. Alright, and here's how the second pillow turned out. So cute. I really love this one. I just left it as is. I didn't add any bows. I just liked the contrast between the other one that had the bow and this one doesn't. It's kind of like a his and hers effect. I did want to show you a couple of placement options where you could add the rest of the bows. So I made two more bows using the leftover straps from the second pillow. And then I went in with these little Velcro dots from Dollar Tree just so I could place them on the pillow but without actually committing to them staying there forever. So I did add two at the top corners right there, which is really cute as well. Then I moved them and I added one to the bottom of that logo and then just one in one of the top corners. So there are so many options that can be done. Leave them as is, add the bows. Way too cute. I just really like how these ones turned out. Super like shabby farmhouse look, and I really love that. Alright, on to my second DIY. I'm going to be using these Dollar Tree canvases. Two of them have these cute little barns on them, and then this one is like a really cute mystical horse, which I love. And it is a little bit bigger than the barn pictures, so I really like that, the contrast. So they're really cute as is, I just needed to bring them to the next level. So this DIY is just so easy, so simple. I'm going to start by taking off all of the staples from the back. I just used a flathead screwdriver, and then I went in with like my multi-purpose tool and just pulled out those staples. And then I just unscrewed that little sawtooth hanger that was on the back and saved it for later. So once all the staples were out, the canvas just comes right apart from that frame. And the frame is what we really want to focus on. So Next, I just needed to do the same thing to the other two canvases, and I just did that off camera for you guys. I just figured you did not want to just sit there and watch me pull out all of these staples, you know, so monotonous. Anyways, next I'm going to be going in with this dark walnut stain, and I'm going to be staining all of the frames. I'm going to stain the fronts, the outsides, and the insides of each of those frames. Alright, so once I had all three of the frames stained, it was just time to put the canvases back together. So I just lined them up to where, you know, I liked how much of the barn was showing and the grass on each side and whatnot, you know, just personal preference. And once I was happy with that, I just went ahead and hot glued the frame to the canvas. And I did that for each of these, and then I did the same thing for the little horse picture as well. After I had all the frames glued onto each of the canvas pieces, I just went in with my X-Acto knife and I just cut along those edges to cut off the excess canvas pieces that were showing. So once I had all the excess canvas pieces cut off, I just went in with my staple gun and just added some staples on the back just for extra support. I just really wanted to make sure that canvas wasn't going to go anywhere. Last step was to add all of the sawtooth little hangers onto the back of each of them. And here is how this little set turned out. Way too cute. I really love just the rustic farmhouse feel it gives off. So classy and elegant. This was just such a simple and easy makeover, but it really does completely transform them. You know, they just look completely different than what they first started out with, and it was just so easy to do. And I really do love these with just the darker rustic frame, but I did have an idea to paint the frames white. I just ended up choosing the darker color instead, but I bet you they'd be really pretty with white frames as well. So stinking cute. I really can't get over these ones. Way too cute. Alright guys, on to my third DIY project. I'm going to be going in with this little tobacco basket from Target Dollar Spot. And I'm going to go ahead and start giving it a coat of that dark walnut stain. I'm just going to use my cheesecloth and get it all over into the larger areas as much as I can. And then I'm going to go in with just a small paintbrush and get into the cracks and crevices where my cheesecloth just really didn't want to go. So just want to cover up all those natural wood areas. Here it is all nice and stained. I really love it. I just like the walnut color, the rustic vibe it gives off. So next I'm going to go in with this little Dollar Tree Home plaque, and I'm going to be using my favorite Kills White chalk paint, and I'm just going to go over it lightly and just kind of whitewash some paint on there. I really liked the color that it already was, but I feel like it was just kind of getting lost with the color of the tobacco basket, so I just really wanted to make it pop a little bit more, so I added some white paint on there, but I didn't cover it completely. I just liked that like distressed whitewash type of feel. Once I had the home sign painted, I just went in with some Hobby Lobby garland that I've had on hand for a while, and I made a really simple and cute fluffy circular wreath. I just measured out the size that I kind of wanted it to be first, and then I just wrapped it around and around until I got to the end of that garland. I just wanted it to be nice and plump and full. So once I had that all finished, I just glued it to the bottom of the tobacco basket right in the middle, and then I glued down that home sign right on top of there. Okay, and here is how that one turned out. Well, kind of. I do go ahead and add a cute little added extra characteristic here in a second, but seriously so cute just like this. I could have left it and still been just as in love with it. But I decided to go in and use the leftover strap again and made a little bow. And then I just added it to the bottom of the wreath there, and I just really love that added, you know, extra characteristic and cuteness that the bow just gave the overall look. I really love it. Alright, on to my next project. For this one, I used 2 charger plates from Dollar Tree, and I just went in again with that Kills White chalk paint, and I started painting the outer edges of each of the charger plates. I gave them, I think, 3 coats of paint. I just really wanted that paint to be nice and solid, and just to cover up that silver of the charger plates. So once I had the outer edges painted on both of those charger plates, I just went in with this little serving set that I found at Walmart on clearance after Thanksgiving. Such a great deal, 50 cents, you can't beat it. They were a bronze color, so I definitely wanted to give them a couple coats of that Kills White chalk paint. And I just did the front and the back. I did 2 coats on the front and then 1 coat on the back. I just wanted to make sure that there was no chance of seeing that bronze color show through on the back after I glued them to the charger plate. Next, I went in with this cute little buffalo plaid tablecloth that I found for 50 cents as well on clearance after Thanksgiving, the same time I found the serving set. So, super cool finds there. I just went and cut out a piece that was going to fit on the inset of those charger plates. Cut out the piece, and then I added my Mod Podge in the middle so that way I could glue the little tablecloth pieces in there. So I went and smoothed out all the bubbles, the ripples and whatnot, and I really got into those edges there. And then I went in with my X-Acto knife and just cut along the edges to get rid of the excess tablecloth that I just didn't need. So once I had the first one done, I just went and did the exact same thing to the second one, so that way I had like a matching set. Okay, and here they are together. So cute with the little buffalo plaid insets. I love it. I mean, I definitely could have left them as is and made like a centerpiece type of thing, added some home decor, some knickknacks and such, which is definitely a great idea as well. But obviously, that is not the direction that I went in. So anyways, I took the fork and the spoon that I painted and I just glued each of those onto the middle of each of the charger plates. Then after that, I went in with the leftover straps again and made some cute little bows. I did add the little Velcro pieces to these bows as well, which I will show you why here in a second. But I just kind of messed around with the placement, and then once I was happy, I just glued those down. And then my last and final step for these ones was to just add a little sawtooth hanger to the back. And I glued these down into the middle for a reason, which like I said, with the Velcro parts, I will show you here in a second. But here is how they turned out. Way too cute, you guys. Oh my gosh, I am so in love with them. I just really love the simplicity of them, but yet they are still so classy and so elegant. So, on to my explanation about the Velcro and where I place the sawtooth hangers. Couple of reasons. I did it to show you guys a couple of different placement options. You can have both of the fork and the spoon facing in the opposite directions. You can have them facing in the same direction of facing upwards, or you can have them both facing down. So I just wanted to show you that all these directions are possible, but I wanted to make sure that the bows were facing in the correct direction as well. So the Velcro allows me to, ultimately switch up my decor if I'm feeling up to it. I can have them both facing in the same direction, or I can have them facing in the opposite direction. That is why I had the Velcro and the reason why I placed the sawtooth hanger where I did. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. I know it's not for everybody, but I do like to switch out my decor often and switch it up. So this allows me to do that. Alright guys, on to my last and final project for this video. I went in with this board that I got at Goodwill for only 99 cents, which is such a great find because, less than $1. You can't even beat it. And this board is thick and solid and sturdy. Such a good board to make a really cute sign on. So for this one, I just went in, covered it with 3 coats of that white chalk paint, and then I went in and distressed the edges and the sides a little bit. I thought this was the perfect project to add some distressed marks to. I really like the way that it turned out. So once I had everything nice and distressed, I just went in with this really cute little Dollar Tree sticker, and I wanted to add it to the middle of the board. So I took my adhesive spray. Well, it was supposed to be a spray, but my little nozzle thingy was broken, so I kind of just dumped it onto the board and used a foam brush to spread it around. And then once I had all that on there, I took the sticker and kind of placed it as even and straight as I possibly could. And then I just kind of smoothed out all the bubbles and made sure everything was nice and flat on that board. And then I went in with my Mod Podge and just kind of went around the edge of the sticker. Just to make sure, you know, nothing was going to come up off the board and just to keep it in place. And I did go back after I was done filming and added Mod Podge to the entire front of it because the finish on the Mod Podge is a matte finish, and so it took away some of that glossiness and sheen on the sticker. My last step was to just fix the little hanger on the back just to make sure that it would hang in the correct direction. And here is how this one turned out, you guys. Way too cute. I really love this one. You can see what I'm talking about on the sheen on the front of the sticker, so that Mod Podge really helped tone that down a little bit. But I really love this one. So simple and easy, but seriously so high-end, so classy, so elegant. And here they are all together, just to kind of give you, you know, another look at all of the little projects that I made in this video. So stinking cute. They just all turned out so good. I really love the way that these all turned out. And to think each of them only cost a couple of dollars. I mean, maybe $5 at the most for each set. So that's incredible. Anyways, you guys, that basically wraps it up. I'm just gonna kind of walk through and give you guys another last look at these. I really hope you enjoyed them. I hope you feel inspired to make something similar for yourself and for your home. If you did, definitely please give me a thumbs up. Leave me some comments down below. I would love to hear from you, love to interact with you all. It really means so much to me that you guys interact with me and, you know, respond to the stuff that I make. I love that. Makes me so happy. Also, if you have not already, don't forget to subscribe to my channel because that is ultimately going to help me out and help me grow as well. And I'm so eager to do that. I just love making these videos for you guys, so I hope you really enjoy them. Definitely don't forget to head on over to my Instagram and Facebook pages. You guys can see all the cute stuff that I have over there as well. Both of those pages are Dying to DIY. And definitely don't forget to tag me if you guys do end up making something like any of the things that I've made in here, something similar, or you just, you know, used me as inspiration. I would love to hear that and to see what you guys come up with. I bet it is going to be amazing. Alright guys, that is a wrap. Thank you guys so much for stopping by, spending your time and hanging out with me for a little bit. I really appreciate it. So, I will see you guys all in the next video. Alright, bye!